it that it is Radhashtami today. So we pray to Srimati Radharani and her lotus feet that we try to speak for her pleasure and for our own purification. It is very it's most auspicious here, particularly in Braj. It is celebrated even more than Janmashtami.
Recording in progress.
So we have been speaking for last 3 days, trying to speak for our purification to about Srimati Radharani. So today we would like to sing this song, which is it's a very beautiful song about Srimati Radharani. So rather than Radha Madhav to sing that, try to sing that. So read from here. And then we will try to discuss a little bit and see what she allows us to speak. Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jai Krishna, Krishna. Jai Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Krishna, Jai Krishna, Krishna, Jai Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Krishna, Jai Krishna, Krishna, Jai Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Krishna, Jai Krishna, Krishna. Shama Gauri Nitya Kishori Vitanjori Shira Shama Gauri Nitya Kishori Shama Gauri Nitya Kishori Vitanjori Shira Shama Gauri Nitya Kishori Shri Krishna. Rasika Rasiko, Chalakavigo, Vigo, Shri Krishna. Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Radhe. Jai Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Krishna, Jai Krishna, Krishna. Jai Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna. Rasa Viharani, Rasa Visatarani, Yapuradharani Shri Nahari, Rasa Viharani, Nava Nava Vanuvi, Nava Vanuvi, Shama Suvanuvi Shri Krishna. Raja Terari, Rupu Sherari, Sukumari, Shri Rani, Shri Krishna. Shobha Seni Moda Meni Okiladhani Shri Radhi Bhanta Dhamanubhanta Shiva Bhanta Shri Krishna. Chanda Bhadani Gunda Radhani Shobha Sadhani Shri Radhi Paramahata Kumara Shri Krishna. Hansa Gavani Rajati Ravani Idratavani Shri Radhi Ruparasala Nayana Pushaka Ramkala Shri Krishna. Tatana Devi Radarasareli Adyala Devi Shri Radhi Tava Sudha Svagara Savaruna Thakara Rupa Pujatara Shri Krishna. Tavati Ramya Paratari Tamena Agadhunya Shri Radhi Ramanuja Shri Prabhu Sadhna Shri Shri Krishna. Sati Bhadini Pati Priya Bhadini Ukradhamani Shri Radhi Amritana Saraswasaroma Ubhadastana Shri Krishna. Radha Namane Guna Abhilamani Hari Priya Swami Shri Radhe Hare 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 Shri Krishna Hare 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 Shri Krishna Hare 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 Jai Radhe Jai Radhe Radhe Jai Radhe Jai Shri Radhe Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Shri Krishna Hare Krishna Jai Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Jai Radhe Jai Radhe 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 Jai Radhe Jai Radhe Jai Radhe Radhe Jai Radhe Shri Radhe. You are a fresh young bolt maiden with slender waist, endowed with the luster of new adolescence, the fairest golden complexion, administrated in the sweet blossoming of divine youth. You are the only perfect match for most beloved Sri Krishna. You are the true relisher of transcendental mallows, sweet and relishable in every aspect, effulgent that you represent the topmost super excellence of pure enchantment and in great pride due to awareness of your own transcendental qualities. O Shri Radhe, you are the sportive princess of the ecstatic Ras Dance Festival, which you organize every night, the distributor of pure ecstatic Ras mellows to all other living entities. And you love to embrace the chest of your lover, O Shri Krishna. Um, I request if online, if you can all kindly mute your audios, please. Thank you. So I'll read from you. O Shri Radhe, you are the sporty princess of that. I think I read that. O Krishna, you are the quencher of newer and newer playful sports. You like to stand in a three-fold bending posture that always appears ever fresh. And your body is perfectly expressive in both proportion and deep dark complexion. O Shri Radhe, you are the most loving friend of everyone's life. You manifest your brilliant splendor of sheer beauty. You are extremely soft and delicate due to your fresh youth. O Shri Krishna, you are the enchanter of the mind of Cupid. You are the giver of the great transcendental bliss to all living entities. And your beauty surpasses the best by far. O Shri Radhe, you are the manifestor of wonderful beauty while you are gracefully reclining on a flower bed. You radiate the luster of the transcendental Cupid, Lord Kamdev. Your speech sounds just like the soft, gentle cooing of a cuckoo bird. O Shri Krishna, you are honored by your own glorious fame. You are the lover of lusty young Gopis. Your position is the highest among all different forms of Godhead. O Shri Radhe, you are the possessor of the spotless moon face. Your teeth look just like small round jasmine flowers. You are the very word of majestic beauty of splendor. O Shri Krishna, you are the most supremely magnanimous personality. Your body aura radiates out into unlimited eternity. You're the naturally endowed with the softness of extremely youthful charms. O Shri Radhe, you're the fond of walking like a majestic swan. You're the most radiant lover and the instigator of many fun sports and contests. O Shri Krishna, you are the embodiment of the most relishable type of beauty and the topmost merciful personality. O Shri Radhe, you're just like golden creeper wound around the Shyamatama tree and the completely full of brim with ecstatic marrows of purely divine love. Your unique activities are conducted in complete privacy. O Shri Krishna, you're the ocean of all the type of happiness. You're the mind. You are the mind of qualities, and you are a radiant, a famous aura of glorious beauty. O Shri Radhe, you're the most charming mistress of your beloved. You're naturally situated at the top level of successive greatness, and your divine qualities are imperceptible to ordinary senses of mind. O Shri Krishna, you're the permanent resident of the holy abode of Shri Braj. You radiate a most of us influential aura. You naturally wear a pleasant smile. O Shri Radhe, you're the very potency of divine pleasure. Your speech is such that whoever hears it becomes lovingly attached to it. Your breasts are crazed with the wildest desire to be satisfied by your beloved. O Shri Krishna, and endowed with such bodily limbs that each and every aspect of them is very captivating. Your beauty is indeed saturated with all-pervading, overflowing rasa current. Your chest is beautiful, endowed with majestic divine opulence. O Shri Radhe, you are celebrated with the most blessed name of Radha. You please everyone with your good qualities. You are the only worshipable queen of Haripriya, Harivedyas, Hare 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 Hare. She's glorifying Srimati Radharani. It is, like I explained last 2 days, it is very, very difficult even to come in contact with Shri Krishna. Can I have a glass of water? Brahmanda Dikon Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Kripa Bhakti Tata Beach. It is not easy to come to Krishna. I explained before Bhavanam Janamante, Gyan Vagnam Prabhate. Vasudev Sarvamiti Sar Mahatma Sadhullah. Many, many births with some good fortunate. One comes to this realization that Vasudeva Krishna is everything. And even come in contact with Krishna, that doesn't mean that we know Krishna. It's like you see somebody, you may see a very famous actor. Duryodhana was seeing Krishna. Even Ravana saw Ram. Seeing God is not so important. You see some very famous actor. Seeing Nagana. Yes, okay, you may say, yes, I have seen him. But knowing him is more important. Even knowing him, having relationship with him, that is more important. Even having more than relationship, if that person cannot live without you, that is most important. And the person who loves the most, if you act on that platform, that is far out. So these are the different different stages of knowing Krishna. And I have even Krishna explains himself. Mushnam sahasrishu kachit yadati siddhate. Yadatav siddhanam kachin bhaveti tattva. That you may, he says, actually in Tat, there may be so many thousands of thousands of jnanis, thousand karmis, one become a jnani, and out of thousand, one may know in Tat, knowing Krishna in Tat, that is important. That's what Krishna says. Tadvidi, pranipatena, tadvidi. What is the vidhi? 434. If you see, analyze this verse. Tadvidi. What is the vidhi? Pranipatena, pariprashnena, sevaya. Updakshita jnani, when you do this, jnanina tat dashina. That person who sees in tat, tatvedi. So that is what only about Krishna. Knowing his Shakti. Krishna is Shaktiman. So knowing his Shakti, that is Srimati Radharani. So I've already explained. Coming to the point of Radharani is very difficult. Different stages of bhakti. Like explained primary, first you come in contact with Krishna consciousness. That's beginning stage, Kriyatmak Bhakti. Then there's a mature stage of sadhana. And after the mature stage of sadhana, you see, you come to the stage of then beginning of ragmark, and then there's the different stages, 16 stages of bhakti. But today we'll little bit talk about Radharani, as we have discussed how Radharani appeared in Raval on the lotus flower. Actually, she is a daughter of Vindhyachal Parvat, and how Putna picked her up, and how she dropped in the Yamuna, and how she appeared in the Raval on the lotus flower, 1,000 petal lotus flower, and how Brishma brought it. And if some are new, I can just recap a little. Is that okay? Should I recap? Yeah. So when Brishmanu brought the daughter, such a beautiful, he never seen a child like this. He was captivated with the beauty of Srimati Radharani. There are two stories behind it, two ways. Both are right. Different kalpas. One kalpa means 8,632 million years. 4,000 yugas. Only Krishna Radharani, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared once in the kalpa. Then he brought this girl home, Iti Daso. My God, such a beautiful girl. She explained, this is the will of Narayan that we got this girl. And she was crying. But girl was not reacting. She was deaf, dumb, blind. Oh my God. So then some other one story is from Nandagam, Nanda Baba Yashoda came with treatment. And when they came there to Raval, both Jashoda and Kiti Damaya start talking each other, and they put Krishna down, and Krishna crawled where Radharani was in a cradle. And moment when Krishna went, and he had a little spark touch like this, like electrical spark, just little touch, and immediately she opened her eyes, and she saw her beloved Krishna. And that's when she opened her eyes and started hearing talk. Another story I told is that actually Vishwanu and Kiti, the Braj Radharani to the Gokul. And when she brought, and when Yashoda Maya saw Radharani, she was so captivated with the beauty of this little child. Oh my God, that is your Lali. Lala mean in Braj, Lala mean boy, and Lali mean girl. And she immediately had the Lali into her. Krishna, but she was already holding Krishna, Yashoda. So Yashoda, that's my child. So she put her Krishna on one side and she picked up Lali. And the moment she picked up the Lali, and then Krishna started crying. So Yashoda Maya was holding one hand Krishna and another hand Radharani, and immediately Krishna touched the fingers to Radharani, and immediately the spark came up, and that's how they met. And I explained that sometime in India there's a myth that Radharani was older and Radhavan is younger or 2 years old. It's not like that. There is nothing like this. Shri Krishna is Kishore and Kishori age. Eternal age of Shri Krishna in Golok Dham is 15 years, 10 months, and 3 days old. That's what he remains. And Srimati Radharani is 15 days younger than, so you can calculate the days. She's always 15 days younger. Then the other Gopis, Lalita, Vishaka, Tumbidya, and this Champakleta, and another Manjuris, Gun Manjri, Lila Manjri, Kasturi Manjri, Vanga Manjri, all the Manjris, they have certain age, certain dress, certain, all these. And this eternal age over there. So this eternal age, there is no past and future over there. It's always present, and and that's why it increases all the time, increasing. So anyway, that's Krishna Radharani's age. So Radharani today is 15 days. Earlier we had Janamashtami, and today Srimati Radharani. And she is the Shakti of all the Shaktis. If you study glorification by Lord Shiva to Parvati, that is called Radha Kripa Kataksh. And this Radha Sahasranam. In the Radha Sahasranam, it is explained that all the Devis, because there is no Shakti above Radharani. Radharani is the Shakti. And whatever we see now, Maya Dakshina Prakriti Sute Sacharacha, whatever this Shakti we are seeing, Aprantyanya Prakriti Me Param, Jibhuta Mahabhava Jedam Dharate Jatat. Krishna says this is inferior. The superior nature of mind. And you can see how careful. I just went yesterday, I saw the river is so flowing here in the city, and so fast river. It's frightening when you see the water. I'm a swimmer anyway. So the moment you see the water, it's so frightening. And so you imagine when there's a floods, how frightening it is, the nature, the fierce form of nature. And but you can imagine all this is just the whole entire nature is Akash and Sita Jagat, simply fragmental portion of Sri Krishna. And Sri Krishna, the original Shakti of Krishna is Shaktiman is Krishna, the Shakti is Srimati Radharani. So Sahasranam explains that all these Durgas and Lakshmis and Ganga, Yamuna, everything is Radharani, is manifestation from Radharani. All the Gopis, all the even Dwarka Ranis, everything spiritual, even from her the toenail, simply from the toenail. Ananta Koti Vishnu Loka is. And all the Riddhi Siddhis and all the Shaktis which Lakshmi and Parvati and Brahmani, Brahmapatni, Saraswati, all the powers they get, they're simply getting from the spark from the toenail of Srimati Radharani. So you can see what Srimati Radharani is. Now, Radharani's, these gopis, I explained how much austerities they have done. So I'm not going to go, otherwise we'll talk whole day. Already spoke so much on that. But they have done, these are not ordinary women made of pus, urine, and stool, these bodies which are filthy, we have to take bath every day. Even heavenly planets, damsels, they are more beautiful. Their body doesn't have a bad odor. And wherever they take bath, the water becomes fragrant. But we are talking here about Golok Dham, there is no body because the whole thing is Sadhna. And that's why it's called Nirvikar, Nirakar, Nirgun, but that is form, the spiritual form. The form is not different. And these are not old. And then there's a Nitya Gopis, the Golok Vasini Gopis who come with Krishna. When Krishna comes, he comes with Dham, Parikar, everything. So residents of Golok Vrindavan comes, some are sadhanas did. So when the sadhanas did, then when they completely purify, only then they enter into the Leela of Shri Krishna. Before that, we cannot go. You have to completely purify, complete. Prabhupada sometimes say, all right, he just to encourage these, all right, you chant four principles, this you'll go back. He knew what he's talking about. He would not frighten, the newcomers. But when you study very deeply, then you realize what the process is. You have to go through the process. And I explained how difficult, how much tapasya they've done. Simply example like Munichari Gopis, there are different gopis, Golokvasni gopis, Mithila gopis, Shutarupi gopis, then Jalandharvasni gopis, then there are different whole list of gopis. If you want, I can give you, I got it written up here in my notes. So different gopis, like Munichari gopis. The Munichari gopis, who are they? They were sages. And what was tapasyas they done? They done thousands and thousands of years tapasya. And who were they meditating on? Gopal. They were chanting Gopal mantra. And by perfecting the Gopal mantra, they perfected the Gopal mantra. And they taken birth in Dandak forest. And when they taken the birth in Dandak forest, and this is when Lord Ram went. Ram went to forest not because of conditioning. I explained yesterday by Shabdi, Sudama, and so many others, how much austerities they have done. And if you like to see, you can listen to my recorded lecture, which I given yesterday and before yesterday here. But today I'll touch a little bit Munichari Gopis, how much tapasya they have done and what we have done in our life. Nothing. Munichari Gopis worshipped so many years. Then Ram went to see these sadhus, these munis, and they perfected. They were chanting who? Gopal. But when they saw Gopal, but then he was holding a bow and arrow. And you say, it's the same person, but we meditate on because you visualize. See, sadhanas, when the sadhana becomes siddh, then you actually enter into the Leela. That's different. I'm not going to talk on that topic. But these sadhus, they were meditating on Gopal and they were seeing Gopal in their meditation. And then they physically saw Ram came in the Dandak forest. They said, oh, Ram, oh, this is Krishna. How come this Krishna is holding a bow in his hands? And then they witnessed how Sita was serving Ram. And that's when these munis, they desired, or which if we could be, they knew this is Lakshmi, this is Narayan. They knew. Sadhus knew because they were meditating for thousand yugas. And then they desired, they didn't speak to each other. This is communication, Wi-Fi communication with devotees and Krishna. So Ram is smiling, oh, you want to become a wife? No problem. Just keep doing tapasya at the moment. But I will fulfill your desire, but not in this. Yes, I can accept you right now. I can accept you as Lakshman, as my brother, if you want to. Because they've been worshipping. They've been worshipping Gopal for so many years. Now they've seen Ram right in front of them. The moment they saw Ram, they wanted to become his wife. His beloved is the beloved word, beloved. They wanted to become his beloved. But Ram said, well, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I can accept you as Lakshman. I can accept you more than my brothers. I can give you all the other loves you want. Whatever love you want, I can give you right now, this second. You don't need to wait for them because you've done so much tapasya whole lives. But if you want to become my what is that? I don't know English. My English is not very good. I mean, I'm just speak wife, whatever. So my girlfriends. So that you have to wait for Krishna Lila. And then these first they were yogis, then they became rishis, and these rishis, then they became Munichari Gopis. And these Munichari Gopis, they did not take birth in Braj. Munichari Gopis taken birth outside Braj. and then they got married in Braj. And these Munichas, these are called Munichari Gopis. So different Gopis had different rasas. So not all the Gopis were dancing with Krishna all the time. Some were different Gopis are different. It's called youths. Different youth mean not English youth. Youth mean group. So different Gopis has different groups, and each group has got 1 crore, mean 10 million Gopis. And then they each Manjari, they have their own youth. There's a lot of these descriptions cannot be discussed in public, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discussed, like Ramananda, Damodar, Sikhimethi, and the Madhavi. That's why Prabhupada would not discuss these things. You cannot discuss. You can discuss, but when you're in the mature stage of your bhakti. And these different they've done a lot of tapasyas. And that's why Sri Krishna sent Uddhava the Jnani, go. You want to know you are so Jnani? Go to Vrindavan. There's a place in Vrindavan is called Gyan Gudri. Anybody been to Gyan Gudri? Mata, you been to Gyan Gudri? No? You don't know. Okay. You can go now. In Vrindavan, there's a place. This is where Gopi Geet was sung. This place is just behind Rangnathji temple. So whenever you go next time to Vrindavan, you go to a place, is Rangnathji temple. Right behind Rangnathji temple, there's a Lala Babu temple. That's another history of it. Even Srila Bhaktisanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Maharaj, he mentioned about Lala Babu. So there's a Gopeshwar Mahadev temple. These are in Gyan Gudri. This is the place. There's actually still, they have the government made park over there, so nobody built any property there. So, but the aura over there, the presence over there, this is the where Radharani was singing the Bhamra. She was speaking to Bhamra. Bhamra means bumblebee. She was speaking to bumblebee. They were mad in the love of Sri Krishna. Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. I explained how Krishna had taken birth once in Yashoda's womb, and then Narayan born in Devaki's womb. But Sri Krishna always remained in Vrindavan. He never kills anybody. And he never leaves Vrindavan. But this Prakya Bhav, which Gopis manifest, this is the topmost. And when Uddhava saw this love of Gopis, and then he forgotten about everything, all his gyan. He said, okay, let me become just simply some blade of grass, so they can step. I can have the dust of the lotus feet of these devotees. And how much love they had, because Krishna never left Vrindavan. When Akrura came, I told the story yesterday, and when Akrura came to Vrindavan to take Krishna and Balaram, and actually they both sat on the chariot. Balaram went, but when Krishna said, let me go and take a bath in Yamuna. So when he went in to take Yamuna bath, at that time, Krishna remained in Yamuna water, and Krishna separated himself from Vishnu, so that Vishnu, Devaki Nandan Krishna came out of the Yamuna water, sat on the chariot with Balaram. So it is Devaki Nandan Vasudev Krishna who went to Mathura, not Yashoda Nandan. Not Nandan Nandan Krishna did not go. Nandan Nandan Krishna stayed in Vrindavan. So Gopis thought Krishna is gone, and how Yashoda was crying about Krishna. I'm not repeat the whole story again now here today. So when Krishna went, Vasudev Krishna went in the chariot, so Gopis thought Krishna is gone, but Krishna was right in front of them. But they were in so much love of Krishna, they're thinking they're imagining it. So Krishna is there. So Krishna was there, but Gopis became mad about Krishna, and they think, oh, where's Krishna? Where are you, Krishna? Where are you, Krishna? So they remain in that state not for 1 day, not for 2 days, not for 3 days, not for a year. For 100 years they stayed in this state. So 100 years they've been seeing Krishna, but they think they are imagining about Krishna. They are dreaming about Krishna. Krishna was in front of them. This was the topmost. So this love is so much. This suffering was so much. And that's why Krishna loves, and this sometimes people think, oh well, because people who don't know about Krishna, it is not a matter of Krishna. It cannot be known by anybody, everybody. But lot of tapasya, lot of. I request devotees to listen the yesterday lecture I gave. So then you will understand what sort of where are we and what is actually bhakti. Bhakti is not sadhana bhakti. What we are doing is a kriyatmak bhakti. Cleaning the temple, doing this, doing some. Yes, it's bhakti, but it's kriyatmak bhakti. Bhavatmak bhakti is much higher. Ragatmik bhakti, that is actually bhakti. And Raganuga bhakti, Ragatmika bhakti follows of Ragatmika is Raganuga. And if you read, you want to read that, you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, everything is very nicely explained. Sometimes people say, Prabhupada did not give. Well, read, study. Prabhupada said very clearly. He said, you don't understand, read my books. But then you read, when Ramananda Samvad you read, then you understand what is Raganuga, what is Ragatmika, and what should we do. And for tapasya, have devotees done tapasya? That is, then we understand that how much tapasya you do, and then you understand the process when you follow, then you achieve, you become devotee, and you have to be purified anyway. We cannot offer as long as, I'll give you example. There is no lust, anger, greed over in Golok Vrindavan. Oh yeah, that's important. I just came to my mind story. So one day, Sri Krishna was with the Virja Gopi. There's a Gopi named Virja. And when he was with the Virja, he told Shridham, Shridham, you watch today so Radharani doesn't come. Because if Radharani comes, she'll become mad, so she'll come upset. So when he was guarding, and Radharani came with the group. And when he came, he said, "Where is Krishna?" And so he said, "Well, sorry, he's busy. You can't come in." And when Sridham stopped, at that time, Radharani became very angry. And she cursed him. Now I'm going to tell you why. She cursed him. She said, "Oh, you don't let me go? I curse you, you become a demon. You become a Rakshasa." And Sridham even, she said, "All right, you're cursing me? So I curse you." That you become like ordinary human being and you suffer from separation from the Krishna for 100 years. For that cause, Radharani has separation from Krishna for 100 years in these pastimes here. And Shridham becomes Shankachur, Jalandhar Dant, the husband of Tulsi. Now you may say, my God, even the Goloka, this thing happens. No, it doesn't happen. Krishna arranged it for us. Even if the topmost devotee like Radharani or Shridham, if these things enter into their heart, there's no place in Golok Vrindavan of these things. So as long as we have got these things in our heart, there's no way we can go. That's why Krishna says, Adeshta Sarvutana Matra Karma very Adeshta, bar. So many times Krishna says, no dvesh, no envy. Nirman Moha Jitsangdosha Bhakt Kama. So many times Krishna repeated in Gita, Nirman. Don't have mamta, mamta means attachment. Don't have ahankar. As long as you have these things, no way. People may respect us, people may honor you, but deep in the heart, if heart is dirty with all these lust, anger, greed, attachments to anything, as long as we got, no way one can enter. One may be practicing for 50 years, 100 years, 50 lifetimes, nobody can enter. It's like when plate is dirty, we cannot offer bhoga in a dirty plate to Sri Krishna. When gold is dirty, I born in a Rajput jewelers family. When we manufacture, we have to purify the gold first. When we take the gold out of mine, we have to purify it. It mixed with different alloys. That's why Prabhupada used the word unalloyed. What does it mean unalloyed? There's no other alloy. There's nothing else should be mixed. So one has to be purified. So first gold has to be purified. When the pure gold comes out, then you can make nice ornament. And when there's a gold, yes, first you have to purify it. That's why the Sadhna Bhakti, Ramanuja Bhakti comes. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very explains very nicely. Doi Prakar Bhakti. Sadhana Bhakti Sadhana Kalpana Pai. So you cannot attain. You have to do process. And if this is the Krishna Prem, that doesn't mean that it is, oh, I can do and you can't do. No, no. It is adhikar of everybody. Everybody can have. And we are in the Gaudiya line. And Gaudiya line, our prema is of Srimati Radharani's Gopis Prem. We all have got adhikar on it, but we have to go through the process. And when we go through the process, it's a beautiful, it's a whole ocean of it. There's a huge ocean. This Krishna's prem, Krishna's life is a huge ocean. So, because it's Radharani's day, sometimes people confuse, oh, Radharani was married. There is no question of marriage between Radha and Krishna. She's his personal potency. There is a question of it. It's not different bodies of, but even then, Krishna, Radha and Krishna, they did got married, by the way, anyway. You don't need to. But when they were in Bandir, when they were children, in Garga Samhita, it was explained in Garga Samhita by Garga Muni that Radha and Krishna in Bandir one, they got married. Brahmaji came and married Radha and Krishna. They were little children. Like we play, children plays. So Brahma says, oh, the Radha and Krishna, they're playing. So then, oh, they want to get married. Okay, let me come. And then Brahma came and he made Radha and Krishna married in Bandivan, this place there. But that Krishna married to Abhimanyu, and some people in India, I don't know where they get this name from, Ananya Ghosh, I don't know where that comes from. But anyway, so whoever it is Abhimanyu. But Abhimanyu is actually is Krishna himself. It is Krishna's parchai. It is nobody, it's Krishna. When Radharani was talking to Bhamra, who was this Bhamra? Bhamra means bumblebee. Who was this bumblebee? Do you think that Radharani can talk to somebody else? Radharani, that Bhamra was Krishna himself as well. So same Abhimanyu is actually Krishna. And when Krishna was, so Abhimanyu, the husband of this is for Prakya Bhav. This is even in Prakya Bhav, there's a different stages. One is Swakya Bhav. This is the Swakya Bhav, Radharani, the wives of Dwarka, that's relationship with husband or wife, that's Swakya Bhav. And the Gopis' relationship with Krishna is Prakya Bhav. Then there's a different types of Gopis. Jashoda was Gopi too. The other Gopis were there too. When Krishna was because they had desired to serve him. Oh, Radharani is, Yashoda is feeding the Krishna, and I told her how Dhara, she sacrificed her breast in the previous birth as Dhara. She sacrificed her breast for Krishna's devotee. And that's why Vishnu said, oh, Dhara, you have sacrificed your breast, you cut your own breast for me, for my devotee. Now, this is the breast I will drink milk from when you come next. That's why she taken birth as a Jashoda. That's how great sacrifice devotee has done. And Gopis has taken so much suffering, not austerity. There's a difference between austerity and suffering. There's difference between austerity and suffering. So they done taken so much suffering for Krishna. And that's why Krishna is captivated. So Sudama suffered so much for Krishna. That's why he left Sudama. So similarly, when Abhimanyu was actually Prachai of Krishna, that is the to have the rasa, and he was Krishna himself. And Jatila Kutla, mother-in-law and daughter-in-law of Jashoda, they're saying, oh, so thank you. So he was actually Prachai of Krishna. Prachai means reflection form of Krishna. But it is actually Krishna, but it's pastime. So many beautiful pastimes in there. How when Radha and Krishna, they meet them in, there's a Kunja, Nikunja, and Nivritta Nikunja. Nivritta Nikunja, nobody goes. The Kunja mean the groves in English, groves, what you call? Groves? Yeah, like you have made this, beautiful, beautiful forests. So there's a different stages of who can enter into these leelas. Not everybody can enter into these leelas. So we are in our whole sampradaya is Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami is a Manjari Pasna. It's called Bhagavatas Manjari Pasna. It's a very top, so many beautiful pastimes. But we have to qualify to enter into this. We have to do sadhana, we have to tapasya. And these pastimes, Jetla and Kutla, always look, oh, Radharani is going with to meet Krishna. And one day, what they done, Krishna came to meet in Javat, and Krishna was not. He has seen Radharani. He told Siddha, arrange something. I haven't seen Radharani for so long. And then he arranged it. He said, okay, you come. And this time, Jetla Kutla are busy, so you can enter. So Krishna entered. So he came through the window, and somehow he met Radharani, and then by mistake his flute was left over there, and then Jetla and Kutla lifted the phone, said, "Oh, we caught you, Radharani. We thought you were with Krishna." Radharani said, "Oh, is it? You think so?" So that when Krishna disappeared, so they had the flute of Krishna. And then they said, now we're gonna tell the whole village tomorrow morning that you meet Krishna. We're gonna tell Abhimanyu that you meet Krishna. And we got a proof now that you met Krishna today. That's his flute. And Radha was so worried. And she was praying, oh Krishna, do something. Tomorrow I'm gonna have, whole problem. And next morning, Jetla and Kutla, they went and then they knocked the doors of other gopis, all the other residents of Javat said, look, we want to tell you, we're telling you that Radharani she meets Krishna. Look, we got a solid proof today. And we got this flute. So which flute? This flute. So this another resident said, no, even I have got the flute. So where do you get the flute? So everybody had these flutes, the whole village, everybody had the flute. How do you have that? They said yesterday, we don't know what happened, but the flutes fell from the sky. So in everybody's house, there's so many flutes in the whole village. So they could not catch Krishna. So somehow they wanted to. So one time when Krishna came, he was meeting Radharani and Krishna in a one. It's a cave, and there was no other way. And then immediately the other gopis, the Manjris. Manjri is the one who informs Krishna. So Manjri they informed that Jetla and Putla is coming. Radharani was frightening. Oh my God, what happens? So immediately Krishna said to Radharani, don't worry. So he was wearing this garland. So immediately Krishna changed himself into a Kali, because Abhimanyu used to worship Kali Devi, goddess Kali. So immediately Krishna himself turned into Kali and wearing this mundamala. Mundamala means skulls mala, and his flute turned into the little sword. And he taken his tongue out and stood like Devi Kali. And at that time, Radharani said, Radharani was just sitting there. She was frightened what to do. She didn't know what to do. And immediately this Jatila came, and Jatila, when she saw Radharani worship, there was a Kali standing in front of Radharani. She said, "Oh, Radharani, you're worshiping Kali. You're so nice. You're such a nice. I thought you came to meet Krishna. I'm so sorry. I mistaken. I doubted unto you that I had a doubt that you're meeting with Krishna, but you're worshiping Kali." Oh, immediately she picked up flowers. She said to, "Oh, Devi Kali, please fulfill the desire of my daughter-in-law, Radharani." So then she said, "Okay, you worship Kali, and I go home back now." So then she did not, disturb. So this goddess, this temple of Kali is in the Keshi Ghat. Still, their temple is there. Um, but uh, I mean, the Kali worship and Krishna worship is not same. Okay. I don't think that is same. But this is called Kali. It's actually called Kali Krishna. This Kali is actually Kali, but Krishna in the form of a Kali is form of a goddess Kali. So when you go to Hare Krishna, so when you go to Vrindavan, the Keshigarh, the temple is over there. So Radha and Krishna, they perform these pastimes. These pastimes are uh, Krishna became even peacock. They couldn't nobody could recognize. These pastimes are when Radha and Krishna was together in Jatilaputla comes, and immediately if near Varsana there's a place, and then Krishna became just a peacock. And what is that? Why he's becoming a peacock? Because Radharani is with Krishna, and the mother-in-law came, and Radharani is very what you can say, you can read these qualities, but she's so gentle. She's actually very gentle. She's very merciful. She's so merciful that I tell you one in Basana, there's a true story. There's a Punjabi guy in Punjab. He had his wife. His name was Kishori. So there's a Kishore and Kishori mean youthful, young age. So even when you go to Basana temple, is called Kishori temple. So this is a true story. It's not very long ago, maybe about 60, 70 years ago. So this person was actually a Punjabi guy, not even devotee. And his wife died. His name was Kishori, and because of his Kishori's love, his wife, he was so much engrossed with his wife's love. And when she died, he became practically mad. So he would just ask, "Where is my Kishori? Where is my Kishori? Where is Kishori? Where is Kishori? Where is Kishori?" So he became literally mad. So while he becoming mad, slowly, he became, is pagal. Pagal mean, is a mad? Yeah. So he became pagal. So somebody, when he reached to Delhi, he left, family members don't know where he's gone. So when he came to Delhi, he said, "Do you know where my Kishori is?" And there must be some devotee. He said, "Yeah, Kishori is in Barsana." I said, "Is it Barsana?" He said, "Yes." So he came running toward Barsana. Where is Barsana? Barsana is this side. So he ran toward Barsana. Kishori, 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 Kishori. And guess what? Radharani actually thought that he's chanting my name. And there he take Kishori. There's another story is in Barsana. When you go to Barsana, there are two ways go up to the temple. One is you know, on this side, on the left side, and one they made a new way. This is a long way, straight path, but the older one. So there was one Muslim guy. He used to play sarangi. Sarangi is what is it's instrument, Indian instrument. He would play on sarangi, and his small daughter would dance. You may have seen in India sometimes they do these exhibitions, with children. So this small daughter, she was chanting, and the people would call this daughter, even she was a Muslim girl, but they called it Radha. So they would Radha, Radha, and Radha would dance. But eventually, the Khan is well known story is in our Basana. So this Radha, the little child, she became, she became older, and so he had to arrange marriage. In those days, there was no phones and nothing, and people, there was no communications. So he married her daughter, and now he was crying for Radha, 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 Radha. He was always sitting there and playing on his sarangi, Radha, Radha. He was just chanting Radha's name all the time. And eventually, what? And one day he disappeared. Nobody would see where he is. He spent his whole life practical there, and then eventually he appeared there. After a year or 2 years. When he came back, he was in a completely mad state of his mind. And they asked, "Where are you?" He said, "Now I've got service with Radharani." So he could see practically Srimad Radharani. So Radharani is very merciful simply by chanting her names. And so we should um, pray to her on this day. And uh, Shiva told Parvati, when we do Radha Kripaktaksh, Krishna Kripaktaksh, Radha Sahasranam. So these our attachment increases. And when we chant, sometimes people criticize, "Oh, we don't worship Radharani." Well, in Gaudiya Sampradaya, when we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. In initial stages, it is purifying stages. We have to purify our heart. Anushangu when you got a Chaitanya, otherwise it will go different. Um, so the whole process is given. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you read Kulina Gram's Brahman, um, Satyaraj Khan, and when they came to me, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So you can read Madhya Lila chapter 15, verse 103. So when they ask that we are Vishai, what should we do? And like we are householders, we are engrossed with family, problems and all this. So then these devotee ask, what should we do? And who is the Vaishnava? And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains about the Nam and what should we do. Then this is how should we chant. So all these instructions are there. So first is purifying stage. And once we purified, then there's a manufacturing stage. And then manufacturing stage, and when you have this is how the process goes. All these stages are there, 16 stages are there. So when you go to um, uh, uh, this whole stages, same way like ornament, you purify the gold first, and then you add lump of gold, then you make a gold, then you make an ornament. When the ornament is made, and then you polish it. And when it's perfectly polished, then you can offer to Radha and Krishna. That's exactly how it happens to us. And that is the process we have to do. And Radharani's pastimes is arranged by Yogamaya, by Puranmashi, and these pastimes by Tulsi Devi. Like Mukunda Prabhu has just asked me to get one Tulsi Devi for this temple. Vrinda Devi. Yeah, Tulsi Devi, Vrinda Devi. So this Tulsi Devi is the one who arranges all the pastimes of Shri Radha and Krishna. Is called Ashtakalin Leela, Ashtam Leela, Ashtapahar, Atpahar. So these Atpahar is actually 4 pahar daytime, 4 pahar night time. So पहला पहर हर कोई जागे, दूसरा पहर भोगी, तीसरा पहर तस्कर जागे, चौथा पहर योगी. So bhajan is mentioned that first hour of night is everybody wakes 6 to 9, 9 to 12, only bhogi who attain sense gratification. And 12 to 3 is the taskar. Taskar mean who are robbers. And then morning, 3 to 6, that is Brahma Muhurta, yogi. We should get up early in the morning, chant Krishna's names. So, Din Raat, so we chant day and night Krishna's names, and then get in these pastimes. So there are so many beautiful pastimes. So I think we should stop here, and I can tell more. I have a lot of pastimes I can speak if you want. If you got any question and you would like to ask a question. If not, I can tell you one nice, very beautiful pastimes. Yes, I think. Okay. Okay, I'll tell you very quickly because for Radharani is today. So one day, because when early morning, actually, Srimati Radharani cooks for Krishna. Shri Krishna goes, it's called Ashtam Leela, Ashtakali Leela. We cannot understand. And first, as I explained, we have to purify ourselves. When in the mature stage, it's called Ashtakali Leela. In the Ashtam Leela, when Krishna goes for Gocharan, go for the cows. But before that, they have gopas they eat. And who cooks in the house of Nanda Baba? It is Radharani comes and cook. Radharani lives in Javad. But then without Krishna and Radha cannot live separate. So Radharani comes because Purnmashi arranged this for meeting of Radha and Krishna. So she told to the mother-in-law of Radharani that actually, because Radharani has a blessing from, what's his name, Durvasa, that whatever you will cook, that person will never get diseased. Is that correct? Yeah. So then somehow and Jashoda heard, and she requested Purnamashi, and Purnamashi arranged because she knows what the pastimes of Krishna and Radha is. So she told, so your Jashoda, she told, sorry, can we stop that for a little while? Misha. Can we stop? Oh, he's recording. Okay. So Jatila would send Radharani to Jashoda's Nandagaon. So then her own son Abhimanyu would not have any bad luck. So Radharani would go with other gopis and they cook in a Nandagaon in the early morning, about 7 o'clock. They cook. And then they cook Madhumangal, Sto Krishna, all the sakhas of Shri Dham, Stama, Vitanka, Kalambika, all these sakhas are there with Krishna. They all come to Nanda Baba's house, Yashoda Maya house, before they go for with the cows. So Radharani cooks, and when they cook, and then sometime they have, they all have prasad first, and then in the end, the gopis who cooked, they have after, and they go for cow grazing. And when they come, somehow the gopis tease Krishna, and there's a whole leela of Vanshi Haran. They stolen Krishna's Vanshi once. And Vanshi is very priya to Krishna, very, very loving to Krishna. Krishna can't live without flute. That's why when we offer to Krishna, flute is always there. Even when Krishna goes to bed, Krishna's flute is always next to his bed. And these flutes are not ordinary flutes. They're actually chit vastu. Chit means conscious. In Golokdham, there's nothing matter. There's no matter. So everybody is living entity. So Bansi is actually a living entity, like feeling, like we are thinking, feeling, willing, everything. But this is the form they have taken. So there's no material form in Golok Vrindavan. So this is a living entity. So Bansi is one of the loving, not, this is not object, so you have to understand. It's a person. So one day they stolen his Bansi. So when they stolen his Bansi, then Krishna said, no, no, Krishna, I haven't got it. Lalita has got it. Lalita said, I haven't got it. Vishaka has got it. And he goes to Vishaka, where's my Bansi? Oh, I haven't got it. Chitra got it. And then Krishna goes Chitra, and so they really make him dance, they made him, it's a whole pastime of there. So then, so they make him dance sometime. So one day, when Yashoda saw with Krishna came from the cow grazing, and actually Krishna told Radharani, that actually your love is more than Yashoda. She said, no, Yashoda loves you so much. She Radharani never feels that I'm some super devotee. And what have happened with us? We little do something and then we want our recognition. Oh, I'm some super duper devotee. People should pay me respect and all these sort of things. But Radharani thinks opposite. She never thinks like that. We think like that. But Radharani said, no, Krishna, that no, but your love is, she said, no, it's not. Now I'm going to prove you. Today, Yashoda is going to touch your feet. No, Krishna, you can't do that. And somehow the Krishna arranged it. And the gopis used to make Krishna dance. And Yashoda said to Gopis, please don't make my Krishna dance. You make him dance, you torture him so much. And Radharani said, well, that is not your Krishna. That's our Krishna. And then and Yashoda said, no, no, this is my Krishna. My son is my Krishna. I said, no, go and have a look. It's not your Krishna, this is our Krishna. So then your Krishna must be inside. So Yashoda said, go, this is our Krishna. So when Yashoda went in the room, she saw Krishna was sleeping, her son Krishna was sleeping on the bed. She was very confused. Oh my God, this my son is sleeping there, and this Krishna, it looks exactly like same Krishna. So then he said, okay, let's have a competition with Krishna. There are two different Krishnas. So there are two Krishnas over there. So eventually, when Krishna was, they said, let's have a competition. Whose Krishna is better? Your Krishna is better, our Krishna is better. So they have a competition. So they put a little mark here. So then you recognize. So eventually, Krishna became one. And because there's one Krishna anyway. And then Yashoda realized that actually the mark Krishna with the Gopis Krishna remained there and her Krishna disappeared. And then Yashoda fainted. Where is my Krishna? Where is my Krishna? So she's praying to Gopis, give me my Krishna back, give me my Krishna back. This is love of Krishna. Then eventually, of course, she said, no, your Krishna is still sleeping inside. Go, it is our Krishna who is dancing all the way for you. So Krishna and this loving Krishna Krishna is captivated for Radharani is not out of any like in the mundane world what we see. This is love, her intense love for Sri Krishna. One day she made one very beautiful garland. Krishna was with his Gopas in the midday, and cows were grazing there, and Krishna was having feast with other Gopas. So they would take achar and chach and curry and sag and makki roti and all these. So they were all just having feasting in the grounds. And then Radharani wanted to see Krishna, but they were not getting chance. So she sent one gopi. I forgot the name. So she sent one gopi, go and give him a message to that I want to meet him. And but she could not get contact with eyes contact. So Radharani made a very nice garland. And in garland, in each petal of the flower, there's a flower and there's a petals. In each petal, she put name Krishna, 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 Krishna. So she put like that. And when she put that, she sent this garland to the with one gopi. She said, okay, this give it to Krishna at least. So she had this garland, which is handwritten by Krishna on every petal of the garland. maybe you can make this garland like that for Krishna. So she made then the whole garland, and when she sat with the gopi, and she could not get still contact, so she hanged garland on one branch of a tree. She's telling Krishna, look. So she wanted to tell him that this is sent by Radharani. Look, look. But Krishna was not, he didn't know. So this gopi thought that Krishna has seen him and the garland is over there. And so she said, yeah, pick it up. Radharani sent. And she went away. And eventually, guess what happened? This garland was picked up by one crow. So she picked up the garland, and then this garland was dropped where Chandravali was there. So Chandravali is another gopi in the opposite group, not in our Gaudiya line. This group we don't worship. There's a group of people who worship that group, Chandravali group. We are in Radharani's group. So when Chandravali, the garland was dropped, so Chandravali saw this garland. Oh my God, she said, Krishna sent this garland. And where every word of Krishna was written. And then Chandravali was very pleased. So she was saying, oh my God. So she wore the garland. Krishna sent me garland. So she wore the garland. And the news went to whom? To Radharani that Chandravali was wearing the garland. So she got furious that I sent this garland to Krishna and this garland is going to Chandravali. How dare? So then she was furious. And she was so furious. And then eventually, when Krishna becomes, when Gopis, Radharani, this is our Upasana for Sampradaya. So Krishna wanted to meet, said Radharani is in anger, and that affects mantris first. You see, like when you have Tulsi Devi, if you don't give water to Tulsi, what happens? First mantri goes down. So the mood of mantris is manifest, whatever Radharani's mood is first manifest in mantris. So immediately the mood when you saw that in the Nikunj where Radharani is sitting is she's in a very mood. So eventually they said, well, I don't know, I didn't do anything wrong. What's wrong? Why she's so upset with me? So then eventually they say, we don't know. They realize, and Sandan then she realized that actually it was not, it was garland she made for you. And that garland got in hand of Chandravali, and Radharani is very angry with you, and how to pacify Srimati Radharani. And then he found a way, all right, let me become an astrologer. So Krishna became an astrologer. And then he went and he said, all right. They said one great astrologist has come up. So then Krishna as astrologer went there. And then he asked, then as astrologer, then he started talking to, said, oh, your name is Radha. Yeah, so you're from here. And she was very, like, And that's how, then he explained, because actually, this uh, I heard you were very angry. You don't even want to, you don't want to see anything black because you're so angry with this one boy, his name is Krishna. She said, yes, that, that you wanted to cover even the sky because sky is sort of mood. So then he explained. So then as astrologer, then he explained, then Radharani came to know actually it was not Krishna's fault. So these loving exchanges of Shri Krishna uh, is can be understood only when we really pray to her, and slowly we have to first. Um, it's very important because Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sakal Jagat Kare More Vidhi Bhakti Pratibhava Nahi Shakti. He said, very bhakti you cannot attain me. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, सात दिवस तो साधन कब नहीं पाए कृपा करी कोई राय भाव रूप पाए. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Ramananda Roy, tell me, Tell me Sadhyavastu, Sadhyavastu, Shri Krishna's prem, Radharani's prem is called Bhavalas Manju Upasana. That's the highest. And that is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give, because that is the Radha Bhav Bhavita. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give not just ordinary Krishna prem, but he came to give Radharani's Bhav. Krishna, what is Krishna's prem? Krishna's prem is Krishna prem. When we say Krishna prem, the Krishna's prem means Krishna's prem is Radharani's prem. And that is the highest. And that when what is the bhav of Radha and Krishna among themselves, that is the mood Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give. And that is the mood he exhibited. Why he exhibited? For us. Sometimes we say, oh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can do, we can't do. We are not copying, we can't copy. But we have to, that is a path we have to follow. That is what we have to reach. And that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. And then he said, Nitya Krishna said, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem. By other methods, you cannot attain this Krishna Prem. So we have to go through the process. We should very sincerely chant Krishna's names. And we pray, not simply mechanically. And then if we more intensely we pray, and always remember, Gopis don't think that we are somebody big. And the devotees of our own devotees, all acharyas, they never thought they have. When you attain, it's called Nam Siddhi. We go through the process. There's Aparad Yuktanam, Aparad Muktanam. After Aparad Mukta, there's a Shuddhanam. And there is a whole process of when Shuddhanam, there is Nama Siddhi, and there's Shrup Siddhi, and there's a Vastu Siddhi. So these are whole processes there. So it's a long way to go. So we should not be lured with anything else. We should always keep 24-hour analyzing ourselves. We don't think of this. And what have anarthas I have got? This is called Atma Chintan. So we should keep doing that all the time. That, and we never see, one more thing I would like to say on this occasion of Radharani is, in the material world, when we see somebody lower than us, we should, in the material platform, we should always see who is lower than us. Oh, this person is suffering. Oh, Krishna, I'm so grateful that you gave me 2 feet. You given me a shelter. Never see in the material world who are above us. If we see above us, then we will be eluded with the sense gratification. Oh, I need this car, I need this house, I need this money, I need this, the respect, adoration, I want this, I want this. So if we see above in the material world, we should be content, grateful by seeing lower than us. That's material platform. In the spiritual world, we should never see people who are lower than us. We chanting Hare Krishna 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, 50 years, 30 years, 100 years, no problem. You see lower people, you will think I am somebody in the bhakti. And we should never see them. We should always see above. When you see above, then you will see you remain lower. How the advanced devotees, what is the advancement? How many people, how they're chanting? They're devotees. I personally know so many devotees very intensely praying, doing service, doing business, doing work, and they chant regularly 64 rounds every day without fail. And working class people, ladies, they got children, they got even I think she is here. Shamarani is here, and she's running her business. She's running she got 2 children. They run 2 business rather, but every day chant 64 rounds without fail. So why? Because chanting is the first priority. Our priority should be our sadhana first. If we have got something in our pocket only, then we can give to others. If we haven't got anything in our own pocket, then we're giving others. We're going out and cleaning others' houses, like in India. You see, there is a Safai Abhiyan. People, the government set up a system that you go and clean the roads. There's so much rubbish there. It's not, how the system is. So sometimes some politicians or some people, what they do, they go and they start cleaning this area of this area, and then they have the photographs. And with the broom, they'll go. Oh, today Mr. Such and such politician goes there and cleaning this area. And tomorrow he's cleaning this part of Mathura. Tomorrow he's cleaning this part of Barsana and this Govardhan. We can go out and clean other areas of the whole village. But when you come in the night to our own house, we have not cleansed our own room. So first priority is we should clean our own self. And then we can clean others. So we should earn. We want to become a charitable. We should give charity. Prabhupada said, I'm sitting here because of Swami Prabhupada. So we can only give to others if we have got. So Prabhupada said, read my books. And read means doesn't read. Just I read mechanically. There is Shravan, and there's Manan, and there's Dharana. Shravan, we are hearing. So we can come as mechanically attend morning class, evening class. But that is not really attending class. Attending class, I mean we attend any sadhu. So we attend, we hear, and then we must do manan. What are the instructions? What we heard today? Manan. Manan means we meditate on it. That this is instruction is given, and we should chant, and we should do this. Manan, and after that, dharana. We have to apply on ourselves. So, doctor, if we are diseased, we cannot operate on another person. A diseased doctor cannot, even if doctor is diseased, a patient cannot act as a doctor anyway. But if a patient start acting as a doctor and start treating others, he's fooling himself and fooling and risking other people's life. So yeah, he can assist a doctor. He can assist a patient, but the patient should be free from viruses. That's why when the doctor goes on the operating theater, what does he do? They sometimes take every 3-4 months. So antivirus. So we should actually, very first thing is on Radharashmi Day, we should learn how Radharani sees. Radharani sees all of the devotees, we are not devotees. So we have to see in that mood. We have to remove our own virus first by chanting the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and meditate. By chanting this mantra means meditate on Radharani and Shri Krishna. So we are worshipper of Radharani, not like some other people, some Babajis or somebody says, oh, we are doing Radhe Radhe and this Gaudiya Vaishnav don't do. No, they don't know about it. We chanting Radhe Radhe in the Mahamantra, we meditating on Radharani's feet. Okay, I stop it here. Very quickly, anybody likes to say something, any question? Okay, if there is no question, so then we can stop. So today we should try to chant as many rounds. If somebody is a new devotee, they should try to chant 1 round, 2 round. If you are little familiar with this society, chant more rounds. And if you're older devotees, then you should chant more and more rounds. So it's open for everybody. It is not open for like, some very strict, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said we should chant 1 lakh names a day, at least. So my request is, whoever you are, it takes you only 4.5 hours. Nothing is to, when you got abhyas, you should chant. And more you will chant, more you will purify. It's medicine. More you will take medicine, more quickly you become, purified. Less you take, no problem, it take longer. Process is no failure. This process is a perfect process. This process is neha vikarnasha sripatvayana vidade. Superficially, we may say somebody is fallen, somebody is having problems, somebody is this. Yes, it's there, but it will never lose this Krishna consciousness. You will never lose. So instructions are given very carefully, we should follow. And self-analysis, Atmachintan. I'm going to wind up with one last thing. Before, when I came to ISKCON in 1981, my wife took me. I was, in a family, born in a very orthodox Hindu family. So we're reading Shri Hanuman Prasad Padarji Gita Press books since childhood. I still got it. I still read, I analyze Prabhupada books, read Prabhupada books again and again. So one story of that is one Mayavadi person. He criticized Hanuman Prasad Padarji. Hanuman Prasad Padarji is author of Gita Press, like Srila Prabhupada is author of a BVT. So somebody came, his name is Baiji, Hanuman Prasad Baiji. So he said to Baiji, he said, Baiji, Kripatriji Maharaj is criticizing you. So he's saying so many things bad about you. So Hanuman Prasad Padarji said, oh no, he is very Sajan Pras, he's very humble man. Kripatriji, yes, he is Nirakarvadi. Nirakarvadi means Mayavadi. Yes, he is Mayavadi. And if he's criticizing me, he must have seen something wrong in me, which I am not seeing in myself. Oh, okay, no problem. I will ask if I ever get a chance to speak to Kripatriji Maharaj and find out for me what he sees bad in me, and I will correct myself. So this is how we should see ourselves. So I learned from this that we should do self-analysis. Self-analysis means we should do self-analysis for individually and collectively. Like Mukunda Prabhu asked me, sometimes devotees come and go. So my request, humble request to you is, so for our advancement in Krishna consciousness, we should always keep analyzing ourselves. It is called Atma Chintan, always, 24 hours. Nityam Nityam Sarvam. Life is very short. We're going to die soon. And we don't attain perfection, then we have to take bath again. If a vessel is not clean, it's dirty. It's not going to be offered to Krishna, no matter who we are. So we have to keep analyzing ourselves. Have I got attachment? Am I thinking bad about somebody? Am I thinking ill of somebody? Oh, then I'm very bad. Or people are respecting me? Oh no, I'm a fool number one. I don't know, and people are respecting me. Then you analyze how the Vidyas Muni, how the Maitra Muni, how the Shukdev Goswami, how the Goswami, what their level is and what I am. Oh, chichi, that's so silly that I'm getting respect from people, but I'm nowhere near them, and people are respecting me like them. That's called self-analysis. And if you don't do self-analysis, and we see some young people, and then we get very proud, oh, I'm very advanced. So that's self-analysis. So self-analysis, by keep self-analysis, we can keep cleaning ourselves. So we can, and this will come always, till that time. My father told me one thing, he said, you will keep learning till the time of death. Because I learned trade, And he told me he was very good in his trade. And I've done trade, I'm 65 now. I'm still learning in my trade. And I'm well known in the field. But then people may think I'm very expert, but I know how expert my father was. So if we keep on that actually I haven't attained that platform and people are respecting me like that, that's self-analysis. We have to keep lamenting, keep purifying in the heart ourselves, and that's individually. But then the sake of sometimes if devotee comes and if they're going out, and leaving our temple, our complex, our association, why he has left? He must have done something wrong. Unless we collectively correct ourselves. If we individually and collectively correct ourselves, and then we can have very, very nice society. Association of Prabhupada, last instruction he told, Rajottamos Bhava. When he was on the bed, he said, a good devotee, association of a good devotee. We should have a good association, devotee association. So we should have good association, devotee association, which Srimati Radharani is saying. Okay, we wind up here. Nitai go Premanand. Shish Radharani ki jai. Nitai go. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
His Grace Ramanuja Prabhu.